Bro, just real quick, please do not start a business. Let me explain, and before I do, just know that I have run a few different businesses. I've been in marketing and advertising for a long time. I had an agency. I worked with a big group of dudes who fucking crushed it online. I've experimented with a bunch of different business models. I also, since I run ads for people, I have seen into the workings of many other businesses. And it's funny, when you run ads for other people and you do funnels and copywriting and all this stuff, people really tell you a lot about their business and what's happening in their troubles and all that stuff. And so you really get the inside track. And if you're a good advertiser and a good marketer, you need to understand all the weaknesses in the businesses that you're working with so that you can appropriately advertise and market and fix a lot of the things. So you end up becoming like a business fucking fixer as well. So that being said, here's why you don't want to start a business and should not start a fucking business, especially if you are just starting out, especially if you're not making 10 grand a month already, at least. And even if you are making 10 to 20 grand a month as like a coach or consultant, providing some marketing services or whatever, you still might want to consider this because you're probably stuck in a fucked up position. So here's the deal. Now we've gotten all that out of the way. When you start a business, okay, and let's say it is a marketing service business like I was kind of just describing. I'm running ads for people, okay? Running ads is one of the easiest services that you could offer, but still, let's just use this for context. I go out there, I get a client. Let's say they pay me $2,000 a month or something like that, okay? So I got a client for $2,000 a month. I set up their ads. It doesn't take me long to set up their ads and do all that. But then we got to have like a weekly call and maybe do some reporting and stuff like that. And, if their ads aren't killing it, then there's more work that you have to do. So you get one client, it's really not that much work. Most of your time is free, but then you get 2 clients and now you've doubled your work. Now you get 3 clients, now you've tripled your work. Now you get up to let's say 5 clients. Now you're managing 5 clients and it becomes less about the work and more about managing the clients. Now, some clients are great. They never fucking bother you. And some clients aren't. Some clients take way more of your time. But what's happening here is that your time starts to get taken away as you scale as this solo entrepreneur. So let's say you're making $2,000 per client. You've got 5,000. In total, you're making $10,000 a month and everything's going fine. But if you're now like, this is a little busy and hectic for me, and you want to start outsourcing stuff, you're going to start having to spend thousands of dollars a month on outsourcing so that you can pivot and grow so that you can make more money. And this is where the majority of people who start a business like this start to fail, because as they start outsourcing, they realize they need more clients to fill the gap of the money that they were making, but they get more clients, they need to outsource more, and they need to properly manage the money to achieve their goals. And then all of a sudden you lose just 1 client or 2 clients, which happens. You're like, fuck, now I'm paying people, so I need to go get the clients. So your whole job ends up becoming biz dev, and you don't have a whole lot of time to work on the actual business, but you don't have much of a team to work on the actual business as well. And now you've kind of created yourself a problem, because you're doing the accounting, you're doing the customer service. Essentially, you're too in the weeds. There's too many moving parts, and now you need to be focused on just the promotion of your company and selling, and you don't have enough resources to fulfill on the rest of the stuff, so your service declines, okay? That's basically what happens to like 90% of people. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen to you specifically, but there's a lot of shit that goes into that. And to build and grow and get to those $50,000 months and the stability and all that stuff. And there's dudes who are doing $1 million a year in revenue with their ad agency who fucking hate their lives because they're making no money, but their employees are getting paid. People out there outsourcing to are getting paid. Everyone's getting paid really but them, because they're trying to manage this complex thing that is their business. Okay, so if you want to do that, and the same type of thing kind of happens with coaching. If you want to do that, fucking go for it, man. Like, it's the hard lesson to learn because we don't know, most of these people, including myself, going into marketing services and coaching, you don't know that in the beginning. You just don't fucking understand that. You don't see how you're just like, man, I'm going to scale to the moon and we're going to grow. And you learn all the problems along the way. And if you're lucky enough to get to like $20,000 a month, that's when you really figure out, oh shit, this is not a sick business. Okay. So that's the path. So now what? The deal is this, like, you as a beginner should be just focusing on learning marketing and sales, how to drive traffic and how to get that money. Okay. Well, how do you do that if you don't have a business? Well, you just sell someone else's shit. That's really what you do. You just sell somebody else's shit. And that way, all you have to do is focus on the marketing and sales, and you get really good at that. And you can make $10,000 a month or more pretty damn easy by selling someone else's shit. And you don't have to worry about customer service or chargebacks or fulfilling on anything and, you know, really hiring anyone. You can manage this business to $10,000 a month and way more by yourself as a solo entrepreneur and have tons of time freedom. And no one's bugging you. Nobody's bugging you. You can be in Fiji if you want to on a beach chilling, and no one's asking you for an appointment. No one's trying to get on a Zoom call with you. You've got freedom. Okay? And so do that. Get to that point where you're making $20K a month at least as an affiliate, and then be like, okay, do I want to start a business? And understand what it takes to start and grow a business. You got to put your fucking heart and soul into that shit. You got to take care of all the moving pieces. You got to be a responsible human being. You got to care about your customers. You got to offer the best fucking experience to your customers so that you can be a good business, right? So when you're ready to take that on and you have the discipline and you also have the knowledge of marketing and sales and you're comfortable with the systems and you understand what it takes to grow a business and you have the time and energy to do it, then do it if you want to. There's a bunch of different reasons to start a business that can pay off huge in the end. But for most people just want to make some money. And most people would be fucking happy making 20 grand a month, you know, and all that time freedom. So at that point, go ahead and decide whether you want to start a business or not. But don't waste your time, man. As someone who has like, dude, I've worked with companies who spend hundreds of thousands of dollars a month on advertising and they're still fucked. They're pulling their hair out every day. They're trying to get their team to work efficiently. And it's a hassle, dude. It's a whole fucking thing. It looks all pretty on the outside, but dude, come on. How many people out there work for a company? You see the inner workings of a company and how you know, on the outside it might look like the company's good, but maybe they're not paying their employees that well, or you're not getting bonuses that year and stuff like that. It's just like, the management of all that stuff is such a pain and not many people can even do it. So if you're trying to make money online and you're just starting out, don't start by trying to create a fucking business, which is a monumental task. Start by being an affiliate. Learn marketing and sales. Get your money up. Prove to yourself that you can at least dominate one area of something. And then if you want to, go down the business route. I don't know. Personally, I would just invest in real estate and the stock market and shit like that and just start stacking my money away into other hyper fucking passive situations versus starting a company, or you know, sink some efforts into like a SaaS business that's like pretty fucking damn hands off and just handle the promotions of it, and you know, work that out with some partners so that you're just the promoter of the SaaS company essentially, and that you get a piece of it, and then when they go sell it, you make millions, you know. But just think about how, honestly, the real thing is to think about how you can remove yourself out of the out of it as much as possible, so it's not sucking away your time and your freedom.